Rebecca in the building. I see my girl Elizabeth in the building. Bianca, Anna, Lorraine, Pat, how you doing? Where you at? Like, share, follow. We about to go live and talk some Cowboys football. You already know it's not gonna be a happy week, but we still gonna take some time to speak about Cowboys and football. And she wants to be, cause it's the place to be. Hey, the place to be. Hey, and Pat, I already said y'all. Pete, Heather, what is up, everybody? Like, share, follow. You know what to do. If she wants to be hanging out with the Cowboys Nation group, what's up? I need you to hurry up and like and share and follow. No swallow unless you wanna. What up, my man Brandon in the building? My man Kenny in the building. Joe Jones in the building. What's up, everybody? We feeling good even though we lost. About to talk some Cowboys foosball. Some foosball. So hello, y'all. Let's talk some foosball. Yeah. You already know what's up, baby. It's the She Wants to Be podcast. We need y'all to like. We need y'all to share. We need y'all to follow. What up, Wody? What's up, Caesar? What's up, everybody? We about to get this show started, so you already know the deal, baby. Let's go.
Welcome to episode 9. Lucy agreed with you.
House of Woo Woo.
House of Woo Woo. Welcome to episode 9 of the She Wants the D podcast, brought to you by She3 Productions and our new sponsor, Da Munchies.
Munchies.
Da Munchies is a vegetarian vegan restaurant built with foodies in mind. They take traditional dishes like double battered fried chicken, shrimp and catfish po' boys, and rich desserts and transform them into healthy meat-free dishes you will love. You can browse their menu at damunchiesare4everyone.com down here.
Hey!
Right here is the web address. Go take a look at their menu, or you can visit their Instagram page at damunchies18. They make me hungry every single day. Her pictures are ridiculous.
Yo, I'm gonna have to take y'all there. The
portions are insane. The portions are like
great pricing, great food, and Miss Ann is absolutely amazing. If you ain't went, go check out the Munchies right now.
We need to, for sure. We should do a podcast from there.
Oh, that would, and like taste some of the food. Oh my gosh, sure. I'm calling her.
Yeah, that would be down.
It's going down.
That would be great. So check out Da Munchies. Again, the web address is damunchies are for everyone. Food for everyone. Oh, I may have messed that up. Oh man, I think I messed it up down here. It is damunchiesare4everyone.com.
Yes.
So ignore this down here. I'm so sorry. I will fix that next time.
Fix it, Jess.
But the Instagram handle is correct at damunchies18. Check her out. It is 4121 North Westmoreland in Dallas. Da Munchies. Tell them She Wants the D sent you.
Hey.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick-ass boy!
This is She Wants the D, an all-new, all-female Dallas Cowboys podcast.
I am a monkey face. Boom, bam, boom, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
And now your hosts, Jessica, JoJo, and Tracy.
I want me some glory hole.
All right, so it's been a tough couple of days.
Yeah, man. It's been hard out there for a Cowboys fan.
It is definitely hard out there, but not only because of that, but because we started a diet today, me and Tracy. Yeah, man.
Are y'all doing like a little competition?
No, not necessarily. We just, So for those of you that don't know, I know we played some clips from our vlog that we did last year. She Wants the D was a vlog. Well, after our vlog, we did She Wants the D the off season.
Oh, okay.
Because we gained so much weight.
I saw that. Y'all weighed yourself and everything. Yeah. I saw that.
Well, I am now only 5 pounds away from my starting weight. When we did that last time.
Every football season.
I'm going to have to get in on this.
Yeah,
It'll be a lot easier for me than it is for you guys, but I want to join.
Let's do it. Let's weigh in. Why is it going to be easier for you?
Because for one, I don't eat meat.
So?
And that's probably the heaviest thing that you put inside your body.
Oh, no, it's not the heaviest thing I put in my body. Trust me.
You're supposed to eat. Like, how much do you weigh? You like say
I weigh
like
190.
So you're supposed to eat 190 grams of protein a day.
You ain't got to have meat to eat protein.
I know, but it's too hard to get it in just veggies. You got to have.
That's what she said. So today I did not eat breakfast because me and I actually did not stop being a fat ass after you left. I continued for the whole day.
You ate a whole box of zebra cakes?
I left here.
No, but I should have.
But we let's. You want to tell?
So
you want to tell what we did?
Yesterday morning, I had the day off. Me and Tracy already had our pact. Like we're gonna munch down.
It was glutton day.
Go hard.
And then we're starting today. So yesterday she came over like 11 in the morning. We had. What did we even eat? It's such a blur. Like it's a blur.
That's awesome, man.
To me, maybe I should work my way backwards.
You consumed that much.
We had fuzzies.
Oh, that's right.
Breakfast tacos. We Ubered twice.
Uber Eats twice within like an hour and a half of each other. And then I Uber Eats the second time after Fuzzies. We did that Guatemalan restaurant because I wanted
sweetbreads.
I wanted the sweetbread, the conchas.
Conchas.
Y'all were that into saying much day that y'all didn't even want to drive to the places. You're just straight up delivery. All day.
Yesterday was about complete and utter gluttony and laziness.
So we had Fuzzies tacos, chips and queso, breakfast tacos, and then we had sweetbreads. And then I went home and got a pizza.
Where there's potatoes in the tacos?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
the best ones, potato and egg,
cheese
baby.
And chorizo.
Oh, yeah. And then after she left, Patrick came over and we had wings and tings.
See,
if you've never had wings and tings, I'm gonna try to get another sponsorship right now. Wings and tings. No, not wings and things. Wings and tings. And that's significant because it is a Jamaican restaurant.
Oh,
wings
Jamaica mom.
Yeah,
oh man,
they moved. Are they over on?
They got a couple of different locations. There's one in this area, and then there's one in North Dallas. But yeah, wings and tings. If someone works there, you're watching this, get at me. Let's
Yo, we ready.
We'll sponsor wings and tings.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
Y'all got some vegan wings?
I doubt that.
And that's why the Munchies is a sponsor and not them, because they look out for the vegans.
Yeah, and man, I can't wait to try that food.
We gotta make a
it looks
food
completely amazing.
It's so good.
All right, I know we're kind of stalling, but let's get into some Cowboys talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it, Jess. Let's do it.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll start. First of all,
we sound like we're at a funeral.
I know. There's just so many things.
We're just like...
I guess right off the top, what I will say is I knew this would be a huge defensive battle.
You called it, Jess.
I knew that it would be low scoring. Last year... we played the Saints and we won 13-10. It was a big defensive battle last year, and in my opinion, not much has changed this year. Yeah, the offense has looked lights out, but we've also played not great teams.
True that.
As I mentioned on the pregame show, Dak has had a lot of freedom to make those crazy long throws because he's been under the guise of this is not a great team we're playing, so we're going to win anyway. Why not take the chance?
All day to throw.
I knew he would be more conservative this time, and he was. I don't think...
Was he...
Wow.
JoJo, we'll tell you if the Cowboys can bounce back against the Packers later in the show. Don't you worry. We'll talk about them.
I don't think that this one is on Dak. I think it's on the coaching.
This is why I love this woman right here.
His yardage, I looked up the stats from 2018 to 2019 since the scores were so close.
Yeah.
I went ahead and looked up the stats. Dak Prescott last year in the win over the Saints was 24 of 28 for 249 yards. This game, he was 22 of 33 at 223 yards. So there's not a huge difference there. I don't think this really falls on Dak. It was way too conservative, which I knew it would be, but more so than that, there was no adjustments. Okay?
Praise be.
The Saints shut down the run, and they shut it down fast.
Didn't I tell you that was going to happen?
And you called it. They shut it down super fast. They knew exactly how to stop the Cowboys, and that's what they did. They knew that Zeke was our default. They knew that if Dak wasn't going to throw downfield, and they knew he wouldn't because they knew he would play it conservative, that they needed to stop the run, and they did early on, and there was no adjusting there by Kellen Moore. There was no adjustments to that, and, they totally gave up play action.
Praise be. RPOs. I think we maybe had one or two RPO plays. It was bad, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but it was just bad.
No, I mean, you're dead on, and there's just there's no other way to put it. The time of possession in this game was ridiculous.
Praise be.
The Saints had 36 minutes of possession. We had 23.
Right under 23. Right under 24.
Right under 24.
Wow.
Do you guys realize that is almost an entire quarter of football that the Saints had the ball more than we did? Because they knew that they had to come out there, get those short little runs, work Kamara in there. Although I think the defense did a pretty good job.
They did.
He didn't
break 100 yards.
He didn't. They did a pretty decent job of that, but they knew that if they could just keep the ball, they could just keep that ball on their side.
Cody, I hate you so much.
I mean, the Saints did everything they needed to do, man. They studied their film. They knew where to hit us, and they hit us hard, and we weren't prepared for it, and we made no adjustments for it. And that's on us, man. Good on the Saints.
Yeah.
That was a good ball game.
Yeah.
It went exactly the way I thought it would, other than the revert to Linehan style offense.
Oh, totally. You took the words right out of my mouth.
And you called it just like that. And what did I say? And coming into this season, you guys probably don't remember, one of the things I talked about on JoJo's replay was being very interested to see this coaching staff. Like, we always talk about quarterbacks and them taking a step forward, and players and athletes in general, and them improving their football IQ and taking that next step into greatness. But what about the coaches?
Yeah.
Like, this is a big year for Jason Garrett and this coaching staff. I mean, I know Kellen Moore has only been here for a year, not even a full year yet as the OC, but coming from what we witnessed from Scott Linehan and from what we witnessed in the first 3 weeks, and the complete difference as far as the play calling, I mean, we were calling 11 play personnels, and when I say that, that means that you have basically almost 11 different people that you can go to with the ball depending on the play. So we set that up perfectly throughout the first 3 weeks. I mean, we were running 15 to 20 per game. Last night, I don't have the exact numbers.
With Gallup.
Yeah. And I don't have the exact numbers, but what the hell were we doing? What did I say? I said, we are going to have to rely on the people that they are not focused on defensively. We knew they were going to be focused on Ezekiel Elliott defensively. We knew they were going to focus on Amari Cooper defensively. They had a safety shadowing him the entire night almost. So why no targets to Devin Smith? Why barely even targets to Michael Gallup? I mean, not Michael Gallup, Randall Cobb, even though he dropped a wide open pass to him. Why not continue to try and feed the guys that the defense is not going to be focused on? Guys that the defense did not plan for the entire week of football. I was shocked that Devin Smith had 0 targets.
Yeah, they went from playing freedom football to scared football. They looked scared out there, in my opinion, just in the play calling and the way that I mean, there was just nothing done. There was nothing done.
Nothing.
It was like they just kept trying to force the same thing over and over.
Amari Cooper, Jason Witten, they had the most targets. Your number one wide receiver and
Jason Witten.
I mean, come on. Yeah. And I talked about it on yesterday's Daily Sports Rant. I'm not gonna say it was on Dak, because he didn't have like a bunch of turnovers. He had one interception, which was on him, and he didn't have a bunch of fumbles. He wasn't like getting sacked constantly, but this is gonna be the most important test for him this season. I'm gonna tell everybody out there to watch this all year, because this is what separates elite quarterbacks from mediocre quarterbacks, good quarterbacks, and great quarterbacks. Even though Kellen Moore was being very, very relaxed as far as the play calling against the Saints, as a quarterback, it's your job, one of your many jobs, to be able to line up at that line of scrimmage, read that defense, and say, this is the play, but I don't feel like this play is going to be so successful.
F it.
So
I'm doing this.
I'm going to go to one of my hot reads. I'm going to audible out on this play based on what I see from this defensive set, and we're gonna go with a play that I think is more successful. Is one of the things that Tony Romo was exceptional at. And he was still calling Scott Linehan plays most of the time, but he was so good at recognizing the defense, reading what they're giving you, and saying, you know what? I'm going to audible out of this and go to another hot read, because this play is not going to work right now with their setup.
Yeah, man, and I felt like there were a lot of times that Dak was trying to do that. I felt like there were a lot of times when he's like, hey, this isn't going, and he's
and
like...
you're right, and he did. Yeah. And he did that.
And I just...
counted to... We had multiple receivers drop passes that was not on Dak. Like Ezekiel Elliott couldn't get it going, but Kellen Moore kept continuing to feed him the ball. I mean... 18 carries for 35 yards. Yeah, he had the touchdown. He had the fumble that I don't think was a fumble, and that's what I think was like a really, really big part of the outcome, because we were right there about to score. I mean, think about it. We get at least a field goal right there. It's 13-12.
Yeah.
That's the final score, 13-12.
True that. But speaking of Zeke, let's talk a little bit about his run game. Now, I honestly... in all honesty, I really don't put this on Zeke either. I really don't. Like, they should have adjusted. They should have seen that the Saints were covering the run, and they should have adjusted that. And I don't too much really put this on Zeke. He did not have a great game, guys. 18 carries for 35 yards. That sucks. And then I don't know how well you guys can see this at home. I got this from writer Connor Livesay from Blogging the Boys, which is a great website.
Blogging the Boys.
Oh man, if you guys don't follow that website, it is incredibly informative and really well written. Everything's great on there.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Shout out to them. And I got this from that website. Let me see if I can maybe zoom in on it. These are all of Zeke's carries. The red is tackled for a loss. The yellow is 0 to 5 yards gain. And the green, there's only 2 in the green, 5+ yards gained.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was not good. But again, they ran it on first down, I think 11 times.
More. Okay. And I got this stat from 105.3 The Fan. Week 1, we passed 70% of the time on first down. Week 2, it was around 60. Week 3, it was a little bit under 60. And last night against the Saints, 50% of the time we ran the ball on first down. And I don't know if Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett are basing that off a matchup, but when you see something that is successful in the first 3 weeks of the football season, and you go and convert to something that we did last year, and we saw the results of what that did. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure, again, how well you guys can see this chart, so I apologize if you're just staring blankly at this screen, but we'll try to read it. So Connor Livesay, again, of Blogging the Boys, made this little chart. They went to Zeke. Let's see. That says on the third play, 21 for 0, 21 for 6, 21 for 1, 21. This is all of their first down plays. This is all of the first down plays for the Cowboys. All right. Number 19 for 7. Number 82 for 10. 21 for 0. 21 for 6. 21 for 1. 21 for 1. 21 for 3. 21 for 3. 21 for 1. 19 for 9. Amari Cooper. 21 for 3. 21 for 3. 82 for 12. 21 for -2. And 21 for 1.
All those 21s, Jess.
What are we doing?
I mean,
what are we doing? You can't look at that as the coach and say, hey, maybe we should adjust
this
here.
isn't working. This is not working. We have to adjust. And see, this is one of my biggest complaints about Scott Linehan last year, and really since he's had Dak Prescott at his disposal at the quarterback position. And Kellen Moore witnessed maybe a little of that Scott Linehan voodoo, you know what I'm saying, lingering in Cowboys Nation, a.k.a. The mindset of him as a coordinator.
The vets.
There you go. When you see something is not working,
change it.
Change it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Those are the stats right there. It was not working over and over. The only positive yards we had was when it wasn't number 21 and we went somewhere at the ball on first down when we gained more than 5 yards. So we made it so easy for them.
We made it so
predictable.
It so easy, man.
It was like
you think Sean Payton's not going to figure that? You
and
think
what did
Sean
I tell
Payton?
y'all all week?
Come on, man.
And everybody was like, "Oh, Teddy Bridgewater's a scrub. Oh, no Drew Brees. Oh." I said this all week. I said it my bad, y'all. I said it last Tuesday on our podcast, She Wants the D. I said it Friday on the JoJo's Replay podcast. Do not sleep on Sean Payton as a coach. He is going to do whatever it takes to put his entire team in the best possible situation for success, and that's exactly what he did. And that's the difference between great coaching and mediocre coaching.
Absolutely.
And we witnessed it on Sunday night.
And that's why we lost and they won.
Sean
Tracy?
Payton, including cutting the sleeves off his hoodie.
I knew she was going to say the hoodie shit. That's why I went to you. I went to you right then because I knew you were going to do the hoodie thing.
Oh, my gosh. Patrick is already started. He said the Cowboys' run game looked like the Saints' run game from the 90s. You know what you're doing, Patrick? You're just showing everybody what your age is right now. So poo on that. How you feel about that?
I'm going to save my turning point for later, but I feel like, it was very Linehan-ish, the offensive line.
Praise be.
God, I miss Gallup, man. He was, and
he was our leading receiver before he went down. He had more receiving yards than Mike and
did y'all
Cooper.
even see Pollard out there last night?
He
He's
didn't
not
play
playing.
at all.
He didn't play at all.
I mean, he might have been on.
He had a couple of runs, but they were for nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm about to say
it was
he might have been
nothing.
out there a couple times, maybe on special teams, but
that was the only adjustment they tried to make. Like, okay, let's put Pollard out there.
So now Pollard's only going to get to play against shitty teams. Like now we're not going to switch up the tempo and get a different back there and see what happens after you've done it for the first 3 weeks of the season. I mean, didn't both of them have 100 yards last week? Albeit Miami, but still.
Yeah, it's just, guys, you got to adjust, man. Like, you can't just keep driving it in and doing the same
that's coaching.
plays.
That's
over
coaching.
And I know. All right, just looking at this list is maddening.
Man, come on.
I want to throw my drink at the screen right now.
James Spiegel said,
nice screen.
or no, I'm sorry, Raymond Mass said Dak acts like he's scared to run the ball. I don't think he's scared to run the ball.
He's not scared. That Saints D-line
I don't think he's ever
there.
been scared to run the ball. I think that last Sunday they were just all over the place.
They were
man.
no holes.
We didn't have anybody. Nobody was open.
There was no holes. If he ran the ball, he's putting himself at risk of fumbling or getting a loss of yardage.
Or an injury.
Yeah.
There were no holes last night. And I told you guys it was going to be an interesting matchup between our front seven and the Saints front seven, and they won, man. They won. They dominated our offensive line on Sunday night, and there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That was just what it was.
My stepdad is sending me Cowboys memes right now. Please stop. Every time you send a text, it pings on my MacBook, and the audience hears it. I know you're watching live right now. Please stop texting.
There's
me.
no way you can turn that sound off?
Yeah.
No, because it needs. I need the sound for our bites and stuff. I love you. I'll text you later. Please stop texting me.
James said he felt like they needed to run more screens. I mean, and that's a good point, James. And not only screens, because I hate screens, especially running back screens, because they're almost never successful. But where was the emotions? Where was I was waiting to see.
Come on.
Once the second half got there, I was waiting to see some 3-bunch wide receiver sets. I was waiting to see Cobb and different Zeke running out of motion out of the
Cobb
backfield
had an awful game.
Awful game. 2 drop passes, at least 2 that I saw.
Even the Dak Zeke fakes, there was none of those.
It was nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
No
why?
adjustment.
And see, this is the intimidation of your opponent. Like, Garrett, Kellen Moore, that coaching staff, everybody outside of Rob Marinelli and Chris Richard, because the defense was outstanding. Robert Quinn is going to go down of the biggest pickup in the offseason because he has been an absolute monster. The 2 games that we've had Quinn, he's already got 3 sacks and 9 quarterback hurries.
Okay, to that point.
That's almost 3 times the $20 million man we just paid.
To that point of your saying the defense was light out, let's talk a little bit about Lucy's favorite player, Awuzie. I want to know what you think about Awuzie's performance, because for me,
He hurt his hamstring
I'm
again
not
too,
gonna
right?
blame
Did he
Awuzie.
really?
Look, I'm not blaming Awuzie because he shouldn't have been out there. Like, I get it. He feels good. Technically, medical staff cleared him. Dude, there's no way he should have been out there. Like,
it didn't look like he should have been.
You got this kid, Donovan Wilson.
Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, you got this kid, Donovan Wilson, that lit it up the entire preseason. You got the kid, Thompson, that, in my opinion, didn't play bad in his absence. I mean, I know it was Miami, but he didn't play badly. Why force a guy on the football field and when you can give him extra time to rest? Because I love Chidobe Awuzie, but he wasn't going to be the difference in this game.
Dude,
he wasn't going to be the reason that we won this game.
Straight up forcing it, man. He was out there for every play.
He was hampering. Like, I'm looking at him on certain plays, and I'm like, dude, like, I can't even call you sorry because you should not be on the football field right now. Like, you should be still rehabbing, taking another week off, and getting ready for these Packers.
I agree. Very astute observation, Madame. If that's all we got, you got anything more?
I got one more thing.
Do it.
Next week, I'm gonna say this about the Packers game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Next week, if this
We better get our crap together before next week.
If this defense can perform the way they did this week against the Saints, and I know it's a Drew Breesless Saints, but Teddy Bridgewater did not play half bad against the Seattle Seahawks a week before. But if this defense, and with Robert Quinn coming off the right end, baby, I think it's more than possible with D-Law. If they can do even half of what they did against Green Bay at home, I think we'll be just fine because Green Bay's run defense is atrocious. The Philadelphia Eagles proved that when they played them Thursday night. They've had a few extra days to rest, but I can't help but sit here and say I'm not worried about the Packers. Like, if we look at that tape, if Kellen Moore just goes back to what he did week 1 through 3, and if Dak takes control of this offensive huddle, like, this is going to be the year that Dak has to be like, sometimes, you know what, Kellen, I love you. Hell of a lot better offense than what we had with my man Linehan, but this is what I'm seeing on the field. This is what I'm going to do. I'm changing the play. And live with the consequences, man. You're the quarterback. You are the field general. Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL history, called you a field general. He complimented you on the way that you change the play at the line of scrimmage, the way that you get the play out quickly, the way that you make sure everybody knows what to do when they need to do it. Be a field general, bro. Like, take the game over. Don't wait for Kellen Moore to get in the right freaking frame of mind. Take the game over, and we'll be fine next week against the Packers.
Here's what I think. I think we are mainly fighting against the ghost of Scott Linehan here.
Praise be.
Okay,
totally.
He is the ghost of Christmas past,
Scrooge,
and his memory comes into play when we fight these teams that are actual teams.
Absolutely.
I will continue going back to this until we prove that we can beat an actual team, because
we need to look out for the next month and a half of games.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lions are freaking badass
this
year, dude.
They don't look bad at all.
They scare me more than the Eagles and Green Bay do.
Dude, Wait, are we playing them at home or on the road?
I don't know.
Man, check that real
Schmoogle
quick
that.
because I'm gonna
We
tell y'all
are
right
playing them there.
We are
now.
there.
In Detroit.
Uh-huh.
That's actually a better scenario because Matt Stafford, when he come to AT&T Stadium, he shows his ass. Okay, like he
Yes.
plays his butt off, and he's from Texas. Graduated from Highland Park.
He did.
He gets off.
Stafford's Stafford's a well-respected quarterback. I actually like that guy.
I've been watching him since high school. I've went to at least a handful of his games when he was in high school and met some very
only
ones
ones I'm not worried about are the Giants on November 9th.
Honestly, I'm not worried about any
But we will
NFC
be
East
coming
opponent.
off. We will be coming off a bye week.
Even
That's,
better.
that
that's
game.
always a
And
toss
it is
up.
the Daniel Jones Giants now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's
But
not
hey,
the Sheila
I'm gonna
Giants.
say this: if Daniel Jones threw 2 picks against the Redskins, I'm not feeling too bad about that next matchup. Okay.
Then we got the Vikings right before the Lions and
Oh,
the Patriots right after.
The Vikings are shit. I mean, the Vikings, excuse my French, but Kirk Cousins.
Everybody's been scared of the Vikings defense for years.
I ain't.
I need everyone to take a look at my dog right now with her ass in the air.
You better twerk it. You better twerk it, Lucy.
She's going woo woo.
Oh my gosh, we got Lucy twerking.
That
y'all.
was so awesome.
We got Lucy twerking up
Okay.
in here.
She was in that stripper move, like,
Yeah, baby.
honey.
You better work, girl.
So, yes, here's the only point that I want to make, that I really, really want to make. We have to bury the ghost of offensive coordinators past.
Yo,
Please.
let
we
it
gotta
go.
we gotta bury that ghost, and we gotta quit looking at these competitive teams and saying we gotta be conservative, guys. We gotta
do enough not to lose.
We gotta just run on first down, and we gotta keep it real quiet and conservative behind that line, and we've gotta
Embarrassing, man.
just
It's
keep
bad.
it. No,
You would expect more out of a young guy like Kellen Moore, and
I think
who's
that-
also a quarterback, a
I
really
think
good
that
quarterback.
he was highly influenced by Jason Garrett in this game. I think Jason Garrett came in with his ghost of Linehan past, and for that matter, him.
And not only
When
that,
he was an offensive coordinator,
Praise be.
he was really conservative.
praise be.
I'm telling you, man, that we've got to break the cycle of conservativeness. We've got to break that, man. It is not going to happen like this, guys. We've been trying it year after year for a freaking decade. We've been doing this. We have got to break the cycle of the ghost
Praise be.
of offensive coordinators past. I am putting Jason Garrett in that category too, man. We've got to stop this. Stop.
There you go, man. It is a new NFL. It's a new age of NFL football. Kellen Moore, what you displayed in the first 3 weeks of the season, opponent strength or not, take that same mentality into every game. Like Wayne says he's scared of Tom Brady. He got 6 rings. No, Wayne, Bill Belichick has 6 rings. Tom Brady has just been the catalyst that they have put at the
I'm not
quarterback
talking
position.
about the Patriots.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Cody,
don't
you're not
get
allowed
me
to watch.
started.
You're
Do
not allowed
not
to
get
watch
me
this
started.
feed, Cody.
And
You
actually,
freaking
they took a
Packers
big
lover.
old crap on the field on Sunday.
Yo,
actually,
like if
The
it wasn't for
Patriots
that
did.
defense, and shout out to that defense, y'all helped me win $50 on Sunday.
Hey.
But if it wasn't for that defense, they would have lost that game.
I thought they did lose.
No,
They're
16-10 Patriots.
They're AFC. Okay,
Yeah,
because I was about
16-10
to read.
Patriots.
I was about to read off the stat because everybody's saying, "Oh, Cowboys are 3-0 only because they haven't played any teams."
Oh yeah.
Guess what, NFL lovers and fans? All the other 3-0 teams in the NFC this weekend lost, except for the 49ers.
Because they had a bye.
Because they had a bye. And anybody want to say anything now? Anybody have anything to say? Anything to say now?
So all the 3-0 teams
Because
lost.
I read y'all their schedules last podcast, and they were all crap schedules, all of them. Okay?
Praise be.
And then now they all played real teams, and they all lost, including the Cowboys. So can we stop? Can we not do that anymore?
Yeah.
It's really
Get
old,
over it.
and
Get
it's
over it.
really dumb, and there's no facts behind it. So just let's not do that anymore. And that's my message to all non-Cowboys fans that are watching right now, because I know y'all watch because y'all love us for whatever reason. I don't get it, but okay. All right, y'all. So are we ready to move on?
Let's do it.
We got more
I'm
to
done
say.
talking
All
about
right.
that damn Saints game.
Let's move on. If I can find.
Moving on would be now talking about getting ready for Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, JoJo kind of touched on it. I touched on it a little bit. Getting ready for Green Bay.
Praise be.
Man, I don't know what the answer is there.
I got plenty of answers.
Are they going to attack the run the way the Saints did? Or are they going to expect it the other way?
Green Bay's got a hell of a defense, man.
I know.
I don't know about that. I'm not sold on this defense. You go look at their first two opponents, and they beat Chicago to open the season, but Chicago's offense was so freaking bad that night. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky had open receivers, and it was like he had tunnel vision. He could not see them whatsoever. And then we saw what the Eagles did against them on Thursday Night Football. Short week or not, they ran the football all over them. And yeah, their secondary is better. They picked up the kid Amos from Chicago. He's been great for them defensively. But if I'm the Cowboys, and if I'm going in with a solid game plan, this is the week against the Packers where you feed the running backs. You freaking pound it down their throats. You try and get that run game going for the entire first two quarters, and then you attack them through the air, because they looked vulnerable against the run last week against the Eagles. So,
and if they attack the run, for the love of God, adjust.
please, Jesus.
What are the fans saying?
All right, let me see what the fans talking about.
Let's read some fan comments,
All
and
right,
then
here
we'll
we go.
move
Here
on.
we go.
We got out coached the whole
Oh my
game.
gosh, Ruben says there's no hope until we get Gallup back.
I mean, I tend to.
I agree.
A wide receiver group that has Amari Cooper and a future Hall of Famer in Jason Witten, and a kid in Devin Smith that lit it up all preseason and showed you just how fast he is in a game this year with 3 receptions for 74 yards and a touchdown. How Michael Gallup coming back is going to be the answer to this offense, I don't know. That's one player, and you still have multiple offensive weapons that you can spread the ball around with.
Jarwin had a good game.
Boom. Why not give
Nobody
him the
ever
ball
talks
more?
about him. Poor
Yeah.
thing.
He's getting better every week.
Yeah, Patrick goes. He made a play on the game, and Patrick goes, "Oh, there's other Jason Witten."
Yeah, there's not Jason
There's
Witten.
not Jason Witten. Oh, him good Bowie. Him good
Patrick
play.
says we have to get back to playing shitty teams. Read between the lines, Patrick. Read.
Can you not read his comments?
Between
I mean, he was on with us on Sunday,
the
so we don't
lines.
really need to
Your
hear.
coach
This is what I
cuts the
have to
sleeves
say
off
to
his
you,
hoodies.
sir. This is what I have to say to you. Oh, damn it. I
Man,
exited out of
JoJo,
Facebook. I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm coming back. Oh, my internet's actually moving
Here,
fast
Tracy,
over here
read,
for once.
read a couple off there, Tracy.
Ruben, yeah, we already said his.
Did we say Ruben? Ruben.
Dak got to pull it back and run, or quick throw. Rogers always finds a way against us. Need to change that this week.
Wayne
Who's
says,
Rodgers?
one, the Packers
Aaron
are
Rodgers.
injured.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Wayne is right. You guys know Aaron Rodgers' favorite target is not going to play against us next Sunday, Devontae Adams. That
I
guy
did
is a
not know that.
freaking beast. He hurt his toe on Thursday Night Football. Very disappointed. I probably could have won $80 instead of $50 if he would have stayed on the field. That's another story for another day.
Man, I don't think it really matters. Aaron Rodgers can do what Aaron Rodgers wants to do.
Yeah,
In this new offense, I'm not so sure. Like, if you look at what Aaron Rodgers did the first 3 weeks before he faced the Packers, he hadn't thrown for over 300 yards yet. Like, that offense was very mediocre. I don't even think they had scored 20 points yet offensively before they got to the Eagles. And I'm going to tell you what happened. Aaron Rodgers, that Eagles offense got to going, and Aaron Rodgers said, you know what, LaFleur, I'm going to take this game over and try and win it. And that's when that offense started moving. But
Without further ado,
LaFleur, without further ado, he was mediocre as far as calling those offensive plays. And I'm not so sure if look, Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard, they're some damn good defensive coaches. I'm going to say that. Yes, Sean Payton is an offensive mind, but they still found a way by watching the tape, from last week and the weeks prior from what the Saints have done to not allow one touchdown from that offense after they went on the road in Seattle and scored 33 points in the freaking 12th man, whatever the hell they call it, okay? I'm not sold on the Green Bay's offense. I'm not sold on their defense. A lot of people are going to be counting us out for this game because it's Aaron Rodgers, and he has broken our hearts many times before as Cowboys fans.
Yeah, man.
But I'm not saying we're out.
There are equal quarterbacks out there that we've whooped.
Praise be. Praise be.
Yeah. Joe Tranchina, we got out-coached. James Spiegel, Tyron Smith injury is huge. Raymond Mask, D-Law need to step it up.
Patrick, I'm not reading your comments no more.
No, don't read his comments. I want to talk about.
I have read enough today.
I actually do want to talk about the Tyron Smith injury. I think it kind of went under the radar. Nobody really brought it up.
Lost.
Nobody really talked about it, but that's a huge injury, and that's really going to affect us.
It's going to be interesting to see how they switch this offensive line. I don't know if they're going to put Cameron Fleming on the left end and have him play the blind side for Dak Prescott. Connor Williams, he's had a pretty decent start to the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how they switch this offensive lineup. But, man, Tyron Smith being out, and I know he's getting older. I know he's technically not in his prime anymore. But that man can protect the hell out of a blind side. He has been detrimental to Dak's success. I'm going to tell you that in his first 4 seasons at the quarterback position. Him and Travis Frederick, I mean, I know the offensive line, people don't talk about it. It's not a flashy position in football, but, yo, those are 2 of the best that you will ever see at their positions on the offensive line. So I think having Travis back kind of offsets the Tyron Smith injury. Don't forget, Dak is a mobile quarterback. I do not feel like this pass rush for the Packers is going to be stout and as dominant as the front four for the Saints were. So we'll see. But I'm just saying, if there's ever a time to be without Tyron Smith, with this offense doing what they're doing, with Dak getting the ball out as quickly as he's been doing in the first 3 weeks, I'm telling you, I'm not that worried.
I hope you're right. I really do. I have a little bit different take on that, but we're going to talk about that on the pregame show, which is on Sunday, an hour before kickoff, because I don't know what time kickoff is.
3:25.
So we will do that at 2 o'clock on Sunday, or maybe 2:25. Let's push it out a little bit.
Yeah,
I like to do it.
And Brandon agrees with me. He says Cameron Fleming is solid, and he's glad we don't have Chas Green anymore. Praise be for that. God, I can't even believe we're still saying his name.
All right. Without further ado, Le Fleur.
Stop saying LeFleur because that's a New Orleans thing.
No, it's the coach for the Green Bay Packers.
But also, isn't it the...
Oh, you're right.
It's the name of that symbol.
The thingy bobber.
That the Saints have.
That. Now we can't even say this.
See?
Packers coach name.
Wow.
It's called a Le Fleur.
Le Fleur. You suck, Le Fleur.
Appropriation. We can't do it.
Yeah, you
All right.
stupid a-hole.
Without further ado, I can still say adieu.
Without further ado.
We're going to get to our take with Cowboy Dale.
Hey.
Patrick corrected you.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what, Patrick? We said we wasn't acknowledging him no more. He got 4 comments read.
It's close enough.
Ooh. When she gives you that look, it's time to just shut it down. So I'm going to shut that down. I'm going to shut that down right now. So here is our segment, Our Take with Cowboy Dale. Every week he's going to send us a video asking us a question. I know you're watching right now, Brandon, and I'm just going to tell you I had to chop your video up because it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Damn it.
That's a lot. So I whittled it down to just a little over a minute, but it gets the point across. Here we go. Our Take with Cowboy Dale.
He wants the D podcast.
You don't know how hard it was to do this video because I'm still mad, man. Dak was 6 for 7 on play action passes yesterday, and that's where it stopped. That don't make no sense. We stopped doing play action, and that's our bread and butter, man. We're about as useful as titties on a bull, man. So my question...
Wait, let him say it again, Jess.
He cracks me up.
Oh, I love him so freaking much,
No,
man.
he already knew he was going to make himself.
Cowboy Dale says he loves the intro, by the way, Jess.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad
My
you
phone
do.
just died, so you guys are going to have
I
to.
got it. I'm on
on a
15.
bull, man.
Oh, no, I didn't back it up far enough. Sorry.
That was so hilarious.
He's
We're
a
about
pacer,
as
too.
useful as titties on a bull, man. So my question to you is,
Okay.
with all that went wrong yesterday on offense, what was the key turning point that cost us the game? Was it the horrible Zeke's elbow call? Because we all know he was down. Was it both fumbles combined? Was it Dak not using his legs? Was it the play action not happening? Kellen Moore? Well, I mean, what's the blame, man? Who you think cost us the game, guys? What was the key turning point for us? Let me know. I'm still mad, man. Cowboys, y'all. Cowboy Dale's out.
I love him.
Well,
I love him.
I know that.
Oh, you got to get back to Dallas soon, Brandy, because I got to have a beer
I
with
love
you
him.
ASAP.
I know that you've got a strong opinion on this, so I'm going to let you take it, Tracy.
Okay, I'll start. Turning point in the game for me was, I love you, Hersman. But you shit the bed.
She said it with not us.
He
She
pooped
said
in
it.
the bed bad. I've only seen him fumble a ball one other time, and it wasn't last year. It was, I don't even think it was the year
I
before. It
think
was
he's
years
had
ago.
maybe like 2 or 3 in his whole career.
Yeah, ever.
You can count on one hand.
Yeah.
Ever.
Count on one hand.
That Zeke fumbled the ball as well. I don't remember. Was it recovered when Zeke fumbled it?
No, the
No.
Saints got it.
We had 3
And
That's
we
what I
were
meant.
on
No,
the-
that's what I meant. Was
We
it?
were on the 3 or 4 yard line.
Okay. That not having Gallup, and there was one other thing. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Damn the wine.
Shit.
Calling Tracy out.
Hey, I got vodka in this cup. I ain't
Yeah.
better
I have
than anybody.
sparkling
See?
water, guys.
I am not better than anyone.
drinking at all.
1, 2, 3.
Ain't nothing in my cup but some Tito's.
So
I
I really do believe that when Witten fumbled the ball,
all
that
right,
was
just take a while on yours. I gotta pee.
Well, and that's
That took it.
definitely like I can see that from a couple of angles, not only because of the play itself, but also because Witten takes things so hard.
Oh yeah, he's gonna beat himself up about it for weeks.
Yeah, and
What?
you can't be in the bathroom and
Oh
scream
yeah. Oh yeah.
things.
Oh. So she's right. So we were at the training camp. We went to the training camp, and he got a pass interference call.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
And after he got the pass interference call, he was on the sidelines working with the coach, trying to figure out what happened, why he did it for the rest of the game. And when he walked in the tunnel, he didn't look at any fans. And we were right by the tunnel, like right by where they go in. I had my Witten jersey, and I was hoping to get an autograph. He was like, nope. And he just looked at the ground, walked in. He was mad at himself. He'll beat himself up about it for a long, long time.
Well, and that stuff trickles downward and sideways.
Yep,
you know,
it
so
does.
So if a veteran on the team who is a playmaker, who's one of the lead playmakers, is over
Praise
there
be.
pouting and throwing not that he does that. I'm just saying, if he's being really hard on himself, that's going to affect everyone else on that sideline. They're going to feel that. So yeah, that definitely could have been a turning point for sure, and in more ways than just the play itself. Definitely,
Yep.
Maybe you guys will mention the one I forgot.
probably.
Hopefully.
Jess, you want to take it?
I will take it. I don't think that it was one play in particular. I think it. I mean,
What's up, Karen?
it was the coaching. It was 100%.
So from the very
coaching.
beginning, or do you think the coaching took a turn?
I think after the first quarter, when you don't adjust, and certainly after halftime you don't adjust, that's when it's all on you, bro. You're coming out
That's
the
on
second
you,
half, and you're
baby.
still trying to pound it in on first down with the run that's doing nothing. Zeke never broke 5 yards in a run.
Dak admitted to that in the press conference afterwards. He was like, if we don't score quickly this year, every game before the half, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
You have to come out
especially
and
with our
attack
schedule.
early and
Especially with our
often.
schedule, yeah.
Praise be, because our second half of the schedule is not no
So
fun.
he knew he messed up too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
like
what
you
Dak
guys
has
said-
to do.
Like you guys said, it was coaching. But my question is, why was Cobb not catching his connections
Yo.
if it was just coaching? Doesn't Dak
And
call
Cobb
the play
wasn't the
in
only
the
one.
huddle when he goes out there and says, okay, we're going to do this, break, and then they go out and do their thing?
And if you're the hot read,
If
you
he's
know
not catching it, is it Dak's fault? Is it the coach's fault? Or is it his fault?
that's all on the receiver. If and see, and this is I'll take it
I
all
don't
the way
think
back to
it looked like he wasn't where he was supposed to be.
take it all the way back to when Randall Cobb was responsible for Dak's first interception of the year. If it's in your vicinity or whatever the hell that word is, and you feel like you can't catch it, don't attempt to
try to
catch the
catch
ball.
it.
Yeah, that
because
was
it would have been
100%
an
his fault.
incomplete pass, but you tipped it up in the air and it was wide open game.
Oh, last
for
night
any
he did the
defender.
opposite.
You didn't even catch the damn ball.
Yeah, he was
You
there
just-
and he couldn't catch it.
And this
Oh, it
might
made
be
me
one
mad.
of the reasons.
I was like, yeah, I know you can do it.
It might be one of the reasons why the Packers were okay with letting him go, because maybe they saw that too. And mind you, we don't watch a lot of Packers
I
games.
know he's capable.
He
I
may
know.
have had
I
a lot
know
of
he's
drop passes.
capable.
Oh, no,
I've
he's a
seen
veteran.
him. Yeah, I've seen him do some
Had
really
some
excellent
games.
plays.
I mean, he's not a scrub by the least at all.
so I was really disappointed in your baby daddy on Sunday.
Yeah,
but,
you
Yeah,
might need to
so
find
was
some
but
baby
I was
daddy,
also
Jess.
disappointed in my husband. So
He just needs a little more loving.
oh, okay.
That's it.
Oh, Top Fan Sam says that he read in an article that Garrett was calling the plays, not Moore.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Wow.
Like I said, and I will keep saying it, and I'm going to say it on this next podcast that we do on Sunday. We have to kill the offensive coordinator ghost of the past.
And it looked
you're
like-
not the
have to.
OC anymore, bro. Like,
It looked
let
like
it go.
it looked like something changed because it seemed like it was so much more free up until yesterday's game. Maybe it wasn't because we were playing easier teams. It was different. Dak played differently in the first three games than he did on Sunday.
Where-
Very differently.
I
Yeah.
want to know where he got that stat. Where is that coming from? Because I want to look that up.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me find out. Okay, Sam,
Name your
Top
source.
Fan Sam, if you can give us the link to where you saw that at, we would love to research that and look it up. Patrick, I don't even know why you're still commenting. We're not dealing with you right now. Justin says, bad energy from the coaches. Wow. Bad energy from the coaches. Garrett looked nervous from the first quarter.
Yeah, he did.
A
He
lot
did.
of fans are
He
agreeing
was.
that
He
the
was
coaching
nervous.
was the biggest problem.
He was nervous.
All right, I'm going to answer Cowboys Dale question because it's a little different from both of you guys.
Okay, let's do it.
And people are probably going to be surprised and shocked. For me, the problem was Dak Prescott. And I'm going to tell you why.
Wow,
And
I am
he did
floored
not-
right now.
Your
He did
husband and
he
baby daddy.
did not
I
have
am
a horrible
floored.
game. Didn't have multiple turnovers. But I went into this year talking about how Dak Prescott had to take command of this offense. Scott Linehan, Kellen Moore, or who the hell ever.
Kellen Moore needs to take command too. He may
Yeah,
be just
but
30
you're
years
the
old, but he needs to
quarterback.
go in there and say, hey, this is my damn job.
You're the quarterback. And see, in my opinion, Dak Prescott isn't a Jared Goff. He's not a system quarterback. He's not a Case Keenum or even a Kirk Cousins where he'll go out there and just throw for a bunch of yards, but when it counts, he's nowhere to be found. Dak Prescott is a quarterback that builds off of his intangibles year after year. This was an opportunity. I said it all week. I said it on my podcast. I told Jess this was going to be a game that Dak had to win. They were going to shut Ezekiel Elliott down. He wouldn't have more than 100 scrimmage yards. That's exactly what happened.
Covered.
And I was looking for Dak to take control of this offense and say, you know what, Kellen Moore, I love you. This offense has been freaking awesome to play in for the first 3 weeks. I'm going to take what the defense is giving me, and if I feel like I need to audible into a hot route, that's what I'm going to do. And I did not see that. Like,
that's what a top-tier quarterback does.
That's what elite quarterbacks do. That's what quarterbacks that agent is asking for damn near $40 million a year, that's what they do.
He's considered elite. He needs to act like it.
You have to put it, you have to bag it up. Like Migos said it best, you got to walk it like you talk it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see that from that.
Bag it up.
I did not see that from him Sunday night. I was very, very confident that he was going to take control of this game. And when it mattered the most, which was in the second half, when you saw that Kellen Moore's offense was not getting it done, go in there, read what that defense is giving you, and make the right play accordingly. And I did not see that from Dak. And I love Dak. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks we've had in a very long time. I think he's going to be the quarterback that gets us number 6 as far as our Super Bowl. But when you're talking about separating yourself from average, good, great to elite, that's what makes the difference. If Peyton Manning's calling you a field general, you had an opportunity to show that Sunday night, and you did not show that Sunday night. You look just as confused as Garrett and Kellen Moore on that sideline, and that has to improve it. We're going to go deep in the playoffs.
100%. And I agree with you fully. I was a little scared to expand upon that because you normally chastise me and
I'm gonna call it like I see it
and beat me.
I'm gonna call it
she
like I see it.
She beats me after the podcast. When we cut the cameras,
Jess, I'm
she
black.
beats
you can't
me.
say stuff like that. I am not abusive.
Hey,
There's a whipping post out in the backyard.
I'm also a minority. I can say it. I am shocked.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That was a shock.
I know that will probably throw y'all for a loop.
But it is correct. I do want to say one thing before we wrap up and we say goodnight to you guys. I want to end on a positive note.
Praise be.
That positive note being Robert Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
We do. You touched on it in the very beginning of the podcast, and I just want to reiterate, this man
monster
has been has had some controversy this year. Has come out smelling like a rose. And has really
His roses don't smell like boo-boo.
proven himself to be a high quality player. And as I was looking at Robert Quinn today, I was kind of studying his stats a little bit.
His stats or his body?
I mean, you know I always look at both. I mean, I'm just saying. But I found some interesting facts. So Robert Quinn actually has some nicknames.
Nice.
One of them is Black Lightning.
Ooh,
which I'm just gonna say that in and of itself might be enough to make him my baby daddy.
I just thought of it. I just thought of it. Damn it! Go ahead. I'll say it at the end.
Okay. That's the ADD kicking
From 2
in.
segments ago.
Yeah, that's the ADD.
Yep.
But we'll give you time.
For sure.
That nickname in and of itself might make him my baby daddy if Randall Cobb does not step up.
Man, you drop him pretty quick, Jess. I ain't lying. You drop him
real quick. Real fast. Black Lightning, Elroy, that must be an inside thing, and Gumbo.
Gumbo, he must be from the South.
Maybe, yeah, Gumbo.
You from Louisiana, Robert? Give me some of that gumbo, baby.
I love me some gumbo.
God,
or Gumbo, the character. Wasn't there that Gumbo, the green guy?
Yeah, he was skinny. He was a
That's
stick.
Gumby.
Why would he be compared?
Gumby.
Look at you.
You're right, Gumby.
You're the real MVP. Knowing your
Tracy
cartoons.
always comes in with that knowledge that
I was
nobody
a fan
else.
of Doug.
old.
Did you guys like Doug?
I'm old. Nobody's gonna know if I say Mr.
What
Bill.
about Pepper Ann?
What about Mr. Bill?
Yeah, no, you like
See,
it.
yeah.
What about Pepper Man? Must you cool for 7th grade? No one's cooler than Pepper Ann. It came on with like recess and stuff. Saturday
No.
morning cartoons.
Lost on
No.
that
Oh,
one.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
That may be past my time.
So
Yeah,
what all
you
did
were probably
Robert?
a teenager by that point.
What all did Robert Quinn achieve on this last game?
So this last game, he had 2 sacks, 3 hits on the quarterback.
Nice.
He was by far the MVP, in my opinion. By far the
runner-up
MVP.
for
Yo.
defense would have to be Jalen Smith. He had some great plays on
Yeah,
Sunday.
He did. And
And
it's
shout out
about,
to
and
him,
it's
man.
about time.
Yeah, one of them.
actually.
Yeah, exactly. One of them went under
This season
review.
is about time,
One
for
of them
sure.
went under review when he tripped over the guy, and they
Yeah.
thought that it was roughing the passer or whatever, pass interference, kind of like the Saints had last year.
Ayo.
Patrick said he knew it was Gumby too.
Well, and to Patrick's credit, when we did the pregame show on Sunday, he did say that turnovers were going to be the key, and I'll be damned if he wasn't right.
Yep.
That bull crap fumble call against Ezekiel Elliott killed us.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. That was not conclusive. And see, I blame the Saints because the Saints are complaining about every damn call that doesn't go their way. And the Saints had a similar play that happened to them where their defense recovered a fumble and ran it all the way back, but they called the play dead before, they went back and looked at the tape. And Sean Payton was pissed off. I guarantee you he called freaking Roger Goodell. And he said, you let that shit play out every single time for the rest of the season.
Fun fact, the referee team that reffed this game at their home field, they have a record with that ref officiating team 13-1.
I saw that bullshit article today. No, everybody stop. Everybody stop.
I think it's
everybody
true.
Stop.
I think it's
Everybody
true.
stop. Everybody stop.
I hate the officiating this year and last year.
Lest we not forget, don't fucking bring up that stat. I'm sorry. I know I'm cursing. I don't care. I saw that article today. I saw that stat, and it made me almost throw my phone. The Saints are probably the most, in the last 2 years, have been penalized and no-called on the biggest plays, most important plays. Honestly, don't tell me that the reason why we lost this game, yes, at home. They played the Rams at home last year.
Was it at
that
home?
was an egregious no call.
Guys, seriously, let's not be the fans that reach for things. This is why.
I'm not reaching.
Because the one ref. No.
Yeah.
The Saints have
I don't need to reach to know that the officiating is crap.
No, and I agree. But
that wasn't why we lost
crap.
But we are not going to sit here and say that, that one ref, he always does that. No, dude.
No, it's his whole crew that do
Saints,
it.
No, it's not. Stop. I wish you had never even said it.
Tracy, I took a gulp. You can't do
his
that
whole
mid
crew.
I had it on my list.
We are a victim of it too.
I know, and that's why you shouldn't say that. Because it's ridiculous.
Caught it, damn it.
Yeah, you're damn right you did.
Linda, I had that on my list.
I'm getting her hyped up, Jess.
Somebody posted that in the OAT room today, and I saw it, and I copied the link, and I put it in my notes, and then I thought about it, and I was like, that is the dumbest article I've ever seen. Are you kidding me? The Saints did not get to the Super Bowl because of a no call last year. Y'all want to sit here and tell me that the officiating crew made them win this game?
Yeah.
Y'all need to sit down.
No, that's
and do
not. I don't think that's what it said.
And they had a couple of
ridiculous.
They had a couple of bad calls already this season, like the one I was talking about where it was an obvious fumble and they
it wasn't saying wins. It was saying at home officiating was in their favor.
And last year in the NFC Championship game debunks that theory.
Absolutely, 100%. That was the NFC Championship
But it was a combination of seasons, not just last season.
No,
Patrick, Jess got your back on this one. Patrick, she got your back.
No, to you.
Patrick called it clickbait bull shizzle. That's what he called it.
No to that article. No to that. No, absolutely freaking not. And whoever's sharing that article, stop, because it's making Cowboys fans look dumb.
Didi says we're going 9-4. You're missing about 3 games there, Didi.
Yeah.
We need about 3 more for an accurate prediction of our season.
I think there needs to be a cleanup crew on that officiating staff.
100%.
Cleanup crew on the officiating staff.
No, seriously.
They miss calls all the time. They do bad calls.
But Tracy, who calls the game? Human beings. Yeah. These guys, they're trying to
lots
make
of technology.
Best. You're right. And this is the thing about the NFL. What you call that moment on the play on the field, That's what is going to stand if there's not conclusive evidence to overturn it.
Exactly.
And that's why there's the pass interference challenge today, because that should have been a play last year, the Saints versus Rams, where the Saints should have been able to challenge that bullshit because, excuse my French, because it was blatant pass interference. But
that's why it's a call now.
That's why you can challenge pass interference
because
now.
of that game.
Because that was an egregious no call.
And that was at home.
That's why we have replays and
to a certain
and
degree,
reviews and challenge flags and all of that is because they are human.
Absolutely. But to a certain degree, fans,
but the flags thrown on Sunday's game overtook the football.
I'm not going to say
completely, dude. It was all flags.
I think
it was all flags that whole game.
Bad offensive performance all the way around. A bad coaching plan going into that game. Jason Garrett, a.k.a. Scott Linehan, getting in Kellen Moore's head. I can point to so many other things out. And to me, the only really bad flag was the only really bad call was the Ezekiel Elliott fumble, because there was not enough to call it a fumble. And then when you replay it and review it, there's not enough to overturn it. That damn guy was down. Like, one part of his body was down. Like, you can say it was a bang bang play, whatever. One part of his body was down. That was a horrible call, and it was at the most intricate point of the game because we were literally in the red zone. But man, you can go through half the games every single week.
It's been a lot different the last few years.
And
to
you're
me.
right. You're absolutely right. The flags
excessive,
and the calls,
very excessive.
It's like they're trying to meet a quota.
And there's no,
it's like cops.
There's no consistency. There's no consistency. 1 week this is pass interference, another week it's not. 1 week it's a defensive holding, another week it's not. 1 week this is a roughing the passer, another week it's not. And it's all based up upon matchups, who the quarterbacks are, and the teams that you're officiating against. Burfett just got suspended for the entire year for a hit that he made on a quarterback. So it's bang bang, man, and that's why as a team you have to be prepared every single week.
Naturally, it is football. You can't go out there with any intention of killing someone.
Well, check it out.
Ask Dante Burfett.
It's only
whatever
game.
the hell his last name is.
It's only game.
It's only game.
It's only game.
Why you have to be mad?
Why are you so mad? But there's a lot of things. Oh, Dee Dee says she meant 12-4. Okay, Dee Dee, we were a little confused there for a second, Dee Dee.
All right, there it is.
It's only a game.
Why are you so mad?
Why you have to be mad?
But just for reference, the penalties were just as bad in this game last year.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, man.
The games are so similar from year to year.
They are consistently getting worse and worse.
13-10 last year, Cowboys. It was 12-10 this year, Saints. I mean,
very similar.
Dude,
very similar.
I can't think of a more evenly matched matchup than these two teams, and it's been consistent through the last 2 years.
Which is crazy because we're not even divisional opponents.
No, we're not rivals.
It's insane, but
no, we're not rivals.
We have one more game like we had on Sunday night. We're gonna be rivals.
And for all the people that were talking smack on Teddy Bridgewater and saying he ain't shit,
try to tell him.
So last year in 2018, Drew Brees was 18 for 28 for 127 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. This year, Teddy Bridgewater was 23 for 30 at 193 yards. So he actually threw for more yards than Drew Brees did.
And he didn't get an interception, did he?
He did have 1 interception.
Okay, I missed that one.
His completion record was better. He was 23 of 30. Drew Brees was 18 of 28. So y'all, let's be smart about this.
Know your opponent.
Know your opponent. Know what you're up against.
Try to tell y'all all freaking week. I tried to tell them, Jess.
I did too.
We both did.
I did too. I tried to tell y'all,
them.
Don't sleep on these teams, man.
We need to get Jason Garrett and Kellen
we need to be
Moore's
awake for the rest of the season, if you ask me.
We need to get their personal lines because until they start watching She Wants to D and JoJo's replay,
they're not going to know.
They don't know.
My entire season pick.
We warned y'all all week.
My entire season prediction is 13-3. We got 2 more chances to not lose.
Mine was 12-4.
To lose.
12-4, 11-5 at worst. So yeah.
All right, we're gonna
I'm over it. I want to move on and get on to the Green Bay.
I know. We all feel that way.
Christy says payback in the playoffs. You got that right, baby. We'll see you again if this Saints team is for real later on down the line.
I told Patrick that exact same thing when we were leaving LG Taps.
We'll see you again.
Shout out to DeMunchies, our new sponsor. If you are interested in going to their restaurant, which you should be, delicious vegan vegetarian food that tastes just like good old Southern cooking.
Good old Southern cooking.
DeMunchies. Instagram handle DeMunchies18. Check them out. Go visit them and tell them that She Wants the D sent you.
That's right. 4121 Northwest Moreland Road in Dallas, Texas. 75212 for y'all that need an area code. To look up an address, 75212. There you go. I think it's so ridiculous.
And please tune in for our pregame show Sunday at 2. Let's do like 2:15ish.
Yeah, let's do early so I can get my spot at the stadium.
Let's do then let's do 2. You want to do that?
Let's do 2.
All right, let's do 2 o'clock.
Man, I gotta get in there and get me a drink. You know
I know. Sunday.
Are you going?
I'm gonna be in the building, baby. Ain't no way I'm missing Packers coming to AT&T Stadium, baby.
I'll miss it any day.
Sunday, 2 o'clock. She Wants the D podcast pregame show. We're right here. We're going to have some hot opinions. Trust that, just like we did tonight.
I think you know what I'm going to do is make a bunch of keto food.
What's keto food?
Like
where y'all watching the game?
Good keto snacks. Some good keto snacks.
Y'all gonna have to put me on this keto diet. I'm gonna beat the hell out of y'all. I'm gonna make this keto diet.
I don't think you can because you don't eat meat.
It's like all meat and veggies and no carb.
Yeah,
well, I don't eat any carbs anyway, but yeah, you're right. That's probably right.
But we can do a challenge. We can weigh in
drink
tonight.
Your carbs.
Let's weigh in, baby.
Let's
I'm
weigh
ready.
in. Let's do it. All right.
You want to put a 50 burger on it?
No.
Tracy's like, no.
No.
We'll talk about it off podcast.
Why am I always willing to gamble, like, for everything? Gosh, I have a problem.
I don't know about a 50, maybe a 20.
Yeah, let's put a 20 burger
Let's
on
put
it,
a
man.
20 burger on it.
Come on,
Okay,
Tracy. $20.
Come on, Tracy.
All right,
Come on.
Fine.
$20.
Fine.
Come on,
Hold
that's
you
a great
accountable.
buy-in. Hey.
Thank you guys so much for being with us tonight. We will see you Sunday for the pregame show at 2 o'clock against them dirty Packers. Love you guys. Bye.